G'day, just wanting to show you a few basic lessons of how to play songs and how to write songs. First of all, if you ever wanted to play songs or write songs, you've heard something on the radio that you like. It's all about the ear. Everything we hear is what we want to reproduce. If you can't hear what you like and you don't know what you like from listening to music, then you have no chance of actually reproducing it by your own methods itself. So it's all about going in the ear, coming up the mouth, and going into the hands, through an amp, through a guitar, and making the music you want to hear. So how do we actually interpret what we hear? Well, first of all, we hear something we like. We get that in our head, and it's going around in our head. Something like, as a basic example, na 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 na. So now we've got to think, what key are we in? Why do we need to know the key? Well, that's because we can then use all our standard previous knowledge of using that key on the guitar. So there are patterns to learn on the guitar, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but basically it's always an advantage to know what key you're in. Which of these three notes would you think is the key? Na 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 na. Who sounds like you've actually gone back to home? You've gone out on a journey, you tried around, you played with notes, but you've gone back to home. No, 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 no. Well, it's pretty basic level, but the third note here is the one that sounds most comfortable. And so therefore that is the key we're going to be in. So you just move on the guitar until you find that note. Na 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 na. Na na na. It's pretty much there. Na 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 na. So then you actually think, you then try and work out where was the second note, the first note I was actually singing, where does he relate to the first one, the third one? So in other words, everything is like a theory of relativity. How far is each note from the last one that you last played? So when you go na 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 na, you could go na 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 na, 1 2 3 4 4 4 4 4. Basically, if you turn your steps in the song to be numbers, you can then realise how far you are from that and what note that is. So the last one is na 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 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 4 4 4 4 5 5 5 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 4 4 4 4 5 5 5 1 1 1 1 1. So we're in a key of something, which is the one I found, and we know that it's now 4 5 1. As an example, there's a song from The Sound of Music, which is do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of God on sun, mi. That song, for example, tells you where each note exists in the scale. It's the same standard scale that everyone's been using for hundreds of years, basically. It is long past anything we've actually developed recently. And so that tells you where your note belongs to any other notes. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the standard chord. And if I've got this original note, do, re, mi, fa, so. I was going fa, 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 so, 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 do. 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. The beauty of working in numbers is that you can have any starting point, you can tell me any fret to start on, and we're just working numbers and patterns. We no longer care about sheet music, musical scale, the way that things were done classically with piano. We are now just focused on the patterns on the guitar that have been brought from the piano, and how we can actually work with the guitar by purely knowing nothing but what the first note was. I found the first note before there, so we'll now try using that. We'll just go 4, 5 and 1. This is not actually a song I've actually heard. It's just a standard basic blues riff if anyone is familiar with that. Maybe I could try and make something up. Where are we going? I haven't been there before. We're still going, not somewhere like before. And that's all I have to say.